leaders, and we'll just go down the list. It is number 44. Bear with me just a minute, folks. Let me get some first names. They're not listing first names on Max Prep. So it's Adam Stewart, who was a scoring leader through 2 games to start the year, the junior, with 33 points. Number 5, Max Topham, a senior, 29 points. Trey Evans, a sophomore guard, 25 points through 2 games for this Griffin squad. How about this? They'll start a couple freshmen actually tonight, and one freshman I think will start, some sophomores. So they really spread it around, and they've got some talented players on this team, that's to be sure. But freshman starting David Kotoa, and he has 21 points, or had 21 points through the first 2 games of the season. Then it's the player who's going to maybe give me the toughest time tonight pronouncing the name, but I think I've got it. It's Oluyi Akepa, Taki Oluyi Akepa, and he has had 17 points through the first 2 games of the season. He is one of the sophomores who will play tonight for this Griffin squad. Then number 41, J.R. Higbee, the sophomore forward, had 16 points in the first 2 games of the year for RSL Academy. Number 25, Riley Pollard. The 6'5" senior forward had 13 points in the first 2 games. So you can see they really spread it around, used the bench quite a lot. Aaron Reagan, the 6'1" senior guard, then weighed in with 12 points in the first 2 games. Number 20, Asher Hanneman, 6'3" senior guard. He had 11 points, as did number 24, Amir Robertson, and he is a freshman, so he'll get some action tonight as well. A 6'1" freshman guard, 11 points for him also. And those are all the players who had stats listed through the first 2 games of the season. And I did not call heights for all of these players, but it's an interesting situation when you just roll down their roster, again, from the freshmen all the way up to the seniors, and there aren't a whole ton of seniors on this team. But all the way through, all of the players, none of them are under 6 foot tall. So it is a group of big kids, and it's a group of skilled kids. It's going to be a handful tonight for the San Juan Broncos. That is for certain. So as we mentioned, we did get a chance to talk with RSL Academy head coach Dave Evans, and here's what he has to say as we get set to go for this matchup in Blanding tonight.
Well, Coach, thanks for talking with us. New season, new school for you, but you've been here before.
Down here, or?
Well, just coaching and building a team like you're doing.
Yeah, we've built a lot of teams. I love building, actually. I love building the programs, building teams, and these kids are great kids.
Yeah. What's your goal in building this team?
Well, we're working for the future. Right now, we have a bunch of young players. We're starting 1 freshman and 2 or 3 sophomores. So we're just trying to give them experience. We're trying to play as many games as we can. We're part of the UHSAA, but we get to play 27 games as opposed to the 21. We don't play for a state championship. So we're just trying to help these kids grow and progress.
Tell me what you've seen so far from your team.
They're very selfless. They play very hard, and they share in each other's success, which is great.
Anything so far you've seen that you want to work on?
Yeah, I mean, everything. We're trying to get better at everything. We're still trying to figure out, positioning with different guys. We're still trying to figure out best offensive sets for us, and what defense we're effective with who's in the game.
These boys come from all different backgrounds. They come from the same area. How'd you come by them?
So they're from everywhere. We got a kid from Australia, a kid from Maryland. We got a kid from Hawaii, one from Houston, and then there's some kids from Utah. But yeah, from all over the place. And we do a little different. We train twice a day, and so it's appealing to a lot of kids. They want to do a lot of training, so it's been very good for us.
What are you looking to accomplish down here in Blanding today?
We just want to play the right way and play together, and we're really grateful for San Juan playing us. The coach has been fantastic to work with. So we may play again later in the year. When he said he had a couple guys out tonight, so we're going to have maybe when we play them again, when they have a fuller team.
Awesome, Coach. Basketball is supposed to be fun. Have a good time. Appreciate it.
It's supposed to be fun. Thanks so much.
And we do want to say thanks to Coach Evans for chatting with us before this one begins here tonight. And it will be fun. It should be fun. It will be fun tonight, I think, regardless of what happens. Obviously, tonight, nothing to lose for the San Juan Broncos against a real tough team. Maybe, if not the best, one of the best teams they'll see this season. And it should be a lot of fun here in the San Juan Gymnasium. The only, I guess, problem, if you look at it, the only downside for San Juan is all the games they've been playing, maybe they're not in prime condition, beat up a bit here in the early season, obviously missing Cooper Black and Bronson Snyder still tonight, and you heard Coach Evans allude to it, talking with Coach Black before the game. He also has said that these two teams may get a chance to meet again in January, depending on how things pan out this season, and that would be a lot of fun if San Juan, I think, can get all of their varsity players back, their full-time varsity players back. San Juan has been doing an excellent job stepping in, obviously filling in for guys who are missing. And so we look to see that again here tonight. But obviously a lot of games for San Juan back-to-back nights. In fact, less than 24 hours ago, we were way less than 24 hours ago finishing up our game against Uintah last night. Again, it was a 73-59 win for San Juan last evening. But this is going to be a strong RSL team, going to provide a huge challenge for San Juan this afternoon. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back out in just a little bit to continue the Red Rock 92 High School Hoops pregame show. We do invite you to stay with us. We will switch gears, and we'll mix it up and start talking about the San Juan Broncos, the hometown Broncos, here in just a little bit. Stay with us. Again, it is High School Hoops on Four Corners Classic Hits, Red Rock 92.
Utah State University Blanding offers a wide range of career and technical education programs in the Four Corners, including health professions, technical careers, and business. These hands-on, career-focused programs prepare you to excel in your future career. Students in CTE programs also save money while earning a Utah State degree or certificate by paying only $82 of credit for tuition and fees. For more information, visit blanding.usu.edu/CTE.
Looking for an ideal Christmas gift or decor? Check out SJR Books at 49 South Main in Monticello. The bookstore carries a wide selection of local and regional books, in addition to the only LDS bookstore in Red Rock Country, featuring Covenant, Cedar Fort, and Deseret book products. Check out hand-carved olive wood from the Holy Land, including a variety of nativity sets, jewelry, wall art, DVDs, CDs, and more at SJR Books, 49 South Main in Monticello. Come in today. Email books at sjrnews.com or call 435-587-2277.
Is your bank owned by rich folks whose primary goal is bank profits? Desert Rivers Credit Union is for people, not profit, because we're owned and controlled by our members, your local friends and neighbors, and that's what makes all the difference. How? Desert Rivers Credit Union offers low loan rates to all our members, no matter what their credit score, as well as surcharge-free ATMs and lower fees on checking and home loans. Best of all, after necessary reserve, all profits are paid to our members because they are the owners. Come join and become an owner of Desert Rivers Credit Union. DesertRiversCU.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rhett Sifford welcoming you back live to the San Juan High School Gymnasium. Getting set for our second game in less than 24 hours here tonight as the varsity teams now coming out on the court to warm up. The JV team for San Juan losing to the RSL Academy Griffins just moments ago, 96-58. So the boys once again will be looking for some revenge for their JV partners, and the JV team losing to Uintah last night as well. And varsity team was able to get that revenge over the Utes. And if we just have a look at the San Juan record coming in, we did mention that both of the teams in our matchup here tonight on High School Hoops do come into this game 6-1 on the season. And so it is San Juan with the 6-win, 1-loss record. We ran through all of their wins last night. I guess maybe we'll do that. It was obviously they opened up the season against North Summit at the Central Utah preview, 62-54. Then they lost to Manti to close out the preview, 79-89. Then the following week they headed, that was actually the weekend, they headed up to the Wasatch Front for the Wasatch Front Invitational at various sites and played 4 games in 3 days, Thursday through Saturday up there. They swept the weekend, beating all 4 of their opponents. American Heritage 84-67, APA West Valley 78-48, Draper American Prep 62-47, and Mazer Prep 99-24. Then, of course, the win last night against Uinta 73-59. San Juan coming into this game tonight is outscoring their opponents on the year in the 6 wins and 1 loss, 537 points to 382. And we will have a look at some stats for the team. And these are updated as of last night or through last night's game versus Uinta. So these that I'm going to mention are accurate. They're not yet posted online, but I was able to compile these today before coming down to Blanding for the game. So San Juan's shooting on the year. They're actually winning all their stat departments against their opponents. So that is obviously a positive note. And on the year, they're shooting from the floor 191 for 417. So it's not stellar. They definitely want to improve the shooting. Just 46% right now from the floor. And last night they were better than their average on the year. They shot 47% last night, so just a tick better than their season average, so that helped up it a little bit. Coming into last night's game, they were actually under 46%, so last night helped a little bit, but they want to, I'm sure, continue to improve that as the season goes along. From two-point range, 142 of 283 so far tonight, so that's decent, 50%. From three-point land, they are 49 of 134 for 37% coming into the game this evening. 106 of 140 from free throw line. So that's obviously one of the strongest caveats of their game, 76%. And they were outstanding from the free throw line last night against Uinta, 24 of 29 for 83%. And you looked at several kids for the Broncos who had a 100% night on the night, perfect nights from the line last night. A couple of other stat notes here. San Juan is out-rebounding their opponents on the year so far, 231 to 166. So that's a good one. And in the turnover department, they're winning that department as well, 74 to 118. Opponents have turned over the ball 118 times against San Juan. So those are some good notes for the San Juan Broncos. Just quickly taking a look at their opponent stats coming into the ball game as well. And we mentioned San Juan shooting 46% on the year. Opponents shooting 40%, 142 of 357. So the Broncos have taken a lot more opportunities as well from the floor. From two-point range, San Juan out shooting their opponents 50% to 45%. Opponents shooting 95 of 209 coming into the game tonight. And I imagine these are going to change for the better tonight against this RSL Academy team, that's for sure. But from three-point land, San Juan allowing quite a lot of opportunities. They've allowed 148 three-point shots, but their opponents only hitting 32% of them, 47 of 148. And again, San Juan hitting 37%, or 37%, I should say, of their three-point shots. From the free throw line, again, San Juan is topping their opponents in that department as well. San Juan opponents 57 of 93 for 61% from the charity stripe. And San Juan is at 76% in that department. So the Broncos looking fairly solid through these first 7 games of the season, and it's going to be a tough one here tonight for the Broncos. We've mentioned it several times already, but a fun one. You know, as we mentioned in that pregame interview with Coach Evans for RSL Academy, basketball is obviously supposed to be fun, and we'll hope these kids can come out here tonight on both sides and have a great time and work hard, and it should be a fun one for me here broadcasting for sure, and we'll see how it goes. But we did get a chance just a little bit ago to talk with Bronco head coach Travis Black. We appreciate talking with us. Here's what he has to say as we get set to go tonight.
Coach, I feel like we were just here doing this.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround for sure.
Well, good game last night. Obviously, you started out trailing, but your team really showed their tenacity again. You ended up dominating.
Yeah, you know, it's a slow start. We figured it would be again, but the boys, you know, they've got motors and they're ready to go.
And they seem to be filling in, seem to be picking each other up nicely, missing a couple players.
Yeah, you know, I think that's the huge benefit of, you know, small town school. These kids have played with each other for a long time, and they when one's down, they don't mind getting after each other, and they're still friends and brothers and family at the end, and so definitely nice to see them pick each other up and get each other going.
It seems to me like you guys are having fun in the early part of the season.
Have fun. You know, they know this is a good team that showed up here, and you know, I was already talking to their coach a minute ago about possibly playing them again in January. So when we may get a full crew back, and so we definitely want to go compete, but we for sure want to have fun.
Yeah, these guys RSL will definitely be a handful for you tonight. None of their kids and their freshmen are.
Here at Utah Naval Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
AAU clubs, Texas, Washington, other states, and some of those states and programs are shut down, and so it was very easy for him, especially with his history at SanJuanVSRSLAcademy and other places, to get some of these kids in here in a hurry. But they don't have the chemistry. They've got definitely skill and athleticism, and they're long and they're tall. But I'll take my kids any day.
Well, what do you want your boys to accomplish here tonight against an obviously tough team?
We want to be strong with the ball. I think that hurt us a little bit last night. We weren't as strong with the ball as we needed to be. When you've got long, tall, physical, and athletic kids, we got to take care of the ball. Move the ball. We need to be able to attack. And we got to play better defense. I can't afford to get kids in foul trouble.
What feeling are you getting from the locker room from the boys today?
They're excited. You know, they're a little tired. I mean, 4 games last week and one last night. But I asked them, this morning at school, you guys sore? No, we're ready to go. So that's exciting to hear as a coach.
All right. Well, it should be fun again for me. A lot more fun than Coach. Appreciate it, Coach.
All right. Thank you.
And again, thanks to Coach Black for visiting with us here before we go tonight, and a challenge for his team tonight, obviously, and it should be fun. Let's have a look at some stats for the Broncos. Updated stats through last night's game in the 73-59 win over Uinta. We'll start it off individually. And actually, let's look at last night's game and what a game it was for Lad Ivins with the 25 points to lead the Broncos last night in the win. And so he's up to 139 points on the season, leading the Broncos. He's averaging nearly 20 points per game, 19.9 points for Lad Ivins per game so far on the 2020-2021 season. And so right after him, Nate Grover last night, 15 points, and he's up to 100 now. Hit the century mark last night officially with that ball game, and he's averaging just over 14 points per game. Jensen Grover scored 10 points last night for San Juan, and he's up to 81 on the year now. That's over 11.5 per game. Jace Palmer scored 8 for San Juan in the win over Uinta last night, and so he's up to 72 on the season, and that is just over 10 points per game. And so those are your 4 players for San Juan who are in double digits points per game so far through this season. The early portion of this season, obviously a young season, just 7 games in for both of these teams here tonight. Then let's see, right down the list from last night's scoring, it was then Jaden Black with 7 points, and he has filled in nicely for these Broncos with some players out due to injury and COVID-19 issues. Jaden Black up to 56 points on the year now, so he's just below the double-digit mark, PPG. He's at 8.0, exactly 8 points per game for the Jaden Black. And then last night scoring, Easton Bethea, nice job off the bench for San Juan. He scored 6 points, and he is at 18 points on the season. And, of course, that skips over Cooper Black and Bronson Snyder, both of those players back-to-back. Cooper Black in just 2 games, 31 points. Bronson Snyder scored 19 in his first 6 games, but obviously missing last night, and he'll miss the rest of this week. Then let's see. From there last night, it was 2 points for Preston Imlay, and as far as I can see, according to the Huddle program that San Juan uses for stats, those are his first 2 points on the year. So Preston Imlay, 2 points now for San Juan. Just write down the list of players who did not score last night. Jersey Neves has 8 on the year. Colin Baker, 6. Ian Johnson, 5 points for San Juan. All those players getting action at the Wasatch Front Invitational last weekend. So that will do it for our discussion of the San Juan Broncos as we get set to tip it off tonight. Again, if you just now are joining us, it is going to be a tough challenge for the San Juan Broncos tonight, basically against an all-star team that new head coach Dave Evans, who comes from Wasatch Academy. And many of you may know what he built at Wasatch Academy. It's basically a select team that will draw players internationally already. They've got one player from Australia on this squad here tonight, player from Hawaii. That's not international, but obviously you have to fly over water to get to our state of Hawaii. So this program will be attracting basketball players from all over the place, all over the world. And so this is definitely a world-class team who's in here tonight in the San Juan Gymnasium to play the San Juan Broncos. Back-to-back nights for the Broncos, the 73-59 win over Uinta last night, and they'll try to follow it up with their 6th straight win here this evening. Should be a fun one. We're going to take another break. We'll be back out here to continue the pregame show at High School Hoops on Four Corners Classic Hits, Red Rock 92.
Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home or property, Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency is there to help. With offices in San Juan and Grand counties, Anderson Oliver Title has provided title insurance and real estate closing services for over 20 years. Anderson Oliver Title is the only locally owned and operated title company in San Juan and Grand counties, and is happy to be part of the community, to work, and to play alongside you, and proud to support high school athletics.
Did you know Prilosec OTC can stop frequent heartburn before it begins? Yep, I said before. Block heartburn at the source by taking the Prilosec OTC 2-week challenge. With just 1 pill a day, you get 24-hour heartburn relief. That's all day. Start the 2-week challenge today at PrilosecOTC.com and live heartburn-free. Just 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
A free new app for mobile phones has been released by the San Juan School District to better communicate with parents and stakeholders. Stay up to date with real-time sports scores, the daily cafeteria menu, news from administration, student stories, and even emergency notifications. You can download the app for free on both Google Play or Apple App Store. Watch an informative video on YouTube. Just search the San Juan app. Don't be in the dark. Download the app today and be better connected to your schools than ever before. Thank you for your continued support of San Juan schools.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rhett Sifford, excited to welcome you back to the San Juan High School Gymnasium. It is the site of our game here tonight on High School Hoops, Red Rock 92, as we get set for the San Juan Broncos to host the Real Salt Lake Academy Griffins. And this will be a fun game tonight. A tough team is Real Salt Lake. It should be a challenge for the San Juan Broncos. Our broadcast of High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 brought to you in part tonight by the San Juan School District. You may have just heard their brand new commercial, and you can download the new School District app for parents, students, and staff if you want to stay up to date with real-time news, information, sports scores, menus, stories, emergency notifications, and more. Download that free app on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Also tonight, San Juan Public Health. Do you want to stop smoking, vaping, or using nicotine products? San Juan Counseling and the Health Department will sponsor a free program starting January 6th. Call or visit SanJuanPublicHealth.org for more info. Space is limited, so do not delay. San Juan Building Supply, an innovative lumber and building material supplier in Blanding, offering competitive prices, quality merchandise, and superior service. Anderson Oliver Title, with offices in San Juan and Grand counties. Anderson Oliver has provided title insurance and real estate closing services for over 20 years. The San Juan Record, proud to cover local sports on Red Rock 92, SJRnews.com, and the San Juan Record. And Precision Rehab this evening, providing physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Monument Valley, and Montezuma Creek. Precision Rehab has been helping athletes of all ages get back in the game since 1996. We're winding down the seconds here to close out our warm-up and getting set to go. And I don't know that I mentioned this yet, folks, but this RSL Academy team actually sports a 7-foot-tall player. I told you that none of their players are under 6 feet tall. Everybody's right around 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", but Adam Stewart, the junior center, not a senior, the junior center, stands at 7 foot tall. So pretty tall players, pretty big boys definitely on this RSL Academy squad, and I imagine it's going to be pretty easy for them to go up and get the boards this evening against the San Juan Broncos. I think we are going to be set now for the national anthem. I think we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back out here for the call of the starters and the opening tip here in just a little bit, folks. Stay with us. It is High School Hoops on Four Corners Classic Hits, Red Rock 92.
When you have pain, weakness, and debilitation, it's easy to get the physical therapy you need in San Juan County at Precision Rehab. You don't need to limp along, putting up with discomfort that saps your strength and movements. Precision Rehab is here to restore you to activity with clinics in Monticello and Blanding, as well as Montezuma Creek and Monument Valley. Whether the pain is in your knees, hips, shoulders, feet, or neck, we have innovative, effective treatments that make a difference. Treatment is covered by Medicare and most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 for an appointment. That's 435-678-3869.
Diamond Propane in Blanding, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Dennis today at 435-558-5635 to fill your tank while prices are low. Diamond Propane provides bulk or residential propane and sells or leases tanks. That number again is 435-558-5635. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Start the holiday season right at Red's Ace Hardware. Right now at Red's, you can find amazing deals on Celebration Platinum LED lighting. They're 5 times brighter than regular LED with continuous on technology, so they stay lit even if a bulb is burnt out or missing. Come shop holiday deals on all the best brands like Craftsman, Scotts, Weber, Traeger, Yeti, and Benjamin Moore Paint. Your neighbors at Red's Ace Hardware now with locations in Blanding and Page have everything you need to help you make the most of your holidays. Red's Ace Hardware is your helpful holiday place. It's the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now, but if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Britt Barton and his team at Primary Residential Mortgage want to thank their clients for making this their best year ever. Historically low interest rates make now the perfect time to call PRMI to purchase a home or refinance your mortgage. Their awesome staff, licensed in Utah and Colorado, has over 25 years of experience in the local mortgage industry and world-class customer service. Call or come into one of their local branches in Moab and Blanding. You can even apply online at sitwithbrit.com. Call today, 435-678-3535, and they can help you with all your home loan needs. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, NMLS 3094.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rhett Sibbard welcoming you back live to the San Juan High School Gymnasium. Starters being called now. It's going to be Taki Aluia-Kepa. Number 3, number 5, Max Topham. Number 15, Trey Evans. Number 23, David Kotoa. And number 44 tonight for the RSL Academy Griffins, Adam Stewart. And we'll get some heights for you. Stewart, the 7-foot junior center. Right back down the list, David Kotoa, the 6'4" freshman forward and guard. Trey Evans, 6'5" sophomore guard. Max Topham is a 6'6" senior forward and guard, and Taki Aluia-Kepa, 6'1" sophomore guard. Now for the hometown San Juan Broncos, it's going to be number 2, 6'2" junior guard, Jaden Black. Number 3, the leading scorer for the San Juan Broncos, 5'8" junior guard, Lad Ivans. Number 10, 6'6" senior center, Nate Grover. number 13, 6'1", junior guard, Jace Palmer. And number 55 tonight for San Juan, 6-foot junior guard, Jensen Grover. And we get set to go tonight for the opening tip. RSL Academy in Blanding here in the San Juan Gymnasium wearing the road navy uniforms. They have gray numbers, red trim or maroon trim, I guess you would say. San Juan at home tonight wearing home white jerseys. They have the royal blue numbers and the yellow trim. And for the Broncos, it's going to be 6'6" senior center Nate Grover facing off against 7-foot junior center Adam Stewart, and Stewart winning the opening tip, not surprisingly. And RSL Academy will start tonight with possession. And here's Uluia Kepa. It'll take me a bit to get used to it, folks. Now they'll hand to the right wing. Katoa drives into the paint, floats it up. Can't make the opening shot of the night, and San Juan with the board. Jensen Grover will run it up. And Grover on the left-hand dribble will try to work it into the paint. Didn't penetrate. Now hands back to Grover. Grover bounces it to Jaden Black. Now to Palmer. Palmer on the crossover. He'll hand off to Grover. Grover on the dribble. Over, under, off the glass, a little too hard, no good. And our first foul of the night is going to be to Jace Palmer as he goes over the back on the rebound. And so Grover missing the shot. So both teams have missed their opening shots of the night now. And Palmer guilty of our first foul. San Juan has the opening foul of the night. And the Griffins back in the offensive end with it on the left wing. Max Topham. He'll dribble into the middle to the free throw line. Lobs it underneath to the big 7-footer. Stewart lays it in. I think bucket and a foul here will put him to the line for a chance at a three-point play. And this will be on Ladd Ivins as Adam Stewart. Boy, obviously part of their goal is going to be just getting him the ball under the basket. And he's going to have no problem laying that in, I don't think. He doesn't even hardly have to jump if he wants to throw down a dunk here tonight. But Ladd Ivins guilty of his first foul. You heard Coach Black in that pregame interview talking about his players trying to avoid foul trouble tonight as Stewart does complete the three-point play. Here is Jensen Grover. Tried to bounce that to Jaden Black on the run, but Black a little bit late to get into the paint. Now the Broncos strong at midcourt, and they steal it away, but I think they're going to give a timeout here to Coach Evans. So Coach Evans calls a timeout right at midcourt as San Juan was busy stealing the ball away. And the San Juan folks didn't appreciate that here in the San Juan Gymnasium, but our first timeout of the night comes with still 6:47 to go in the first quarter. A 3-0 lead for the RSL Academy Griffins on Adam Stewart's three-point play. San Juan has the only two fouls of the first minute, 15 seconds. And our broadcast of high school hoops on Red Rock 92 is brought to you in part this evening by San Juan Health, who are proud to sponsor broadcasts of high school sports on Red Rock 92. San Juan Health operates the San Juan Hospital and clinics in Monticello and Blanding. So RSL somehow avoids the steal, and they'll have the basketball now in the offensive end. Here's Trey Evans. He'll dump it to the right wing, now get it back, left wing. He'll drive to the baseline, kick it out. Here's a three on the way. Off the front of the rim, no good, but they get their own rebound. A second three is up and good from Stewart. And let's see who it was on the far side on that first shot. That was number 5, Max Topham, on the three that went awry. And now San Juan coming back the other way. Ladd Ivins loses the ball, but it goes off the foot of Topham out of bounds. And San Juan still looking for their first points of the night, and they did have a slow start against Uinta last night, but eventually came on to take that game away. Now we're going to get a jump ball here on the inbound play to Ladd Ivins as Topham stepped in to grab a hold of that. It looks like the arrow points to San Juan right now. So the Broncos will retain the basketball in the offensive end. And here's Jensen Grover looking to inbound, gets it into Nate Grover, spins away from the D, floats the right-hand hook, and it falls. 6-2 for Real Salt Lake now. As Evans has the basketball, working on a defensive Jaden Black. Now he'll get a return pass again. They like to do that give and go. Back to Evans out high. Now they'll get it to who else but the 7-footer. Adam Stewart drains another three. He's got all 9. of the Griffins' points so far. And now here's Jensen Grover going through traffic, goes hard to the hole and scores with the left hand. And a strong play as he scores over Stewart. And San Juan stays within 5. Now whistle here as RSL had it back in the offensive end. And I think they'll call a travel here on the Griffins. And that'll get it back to the Broncos. So San Juan a chance to make this a 3-point game. They could hold it within 2 with a 3. Here's Ladd Ivins on the dribble. Now reverses. Hands off to Jensen Grover. Grover on the dribble at the top of the key. Slows it up. Now goes Ladd Ivins. On to Jaden Black, right wing. He'll dribble with the left hand. Now finds Jace Palmer. He drives baseline left and got his defender out of bounds and lays it up and in. And it is a 9-6 ball game as San Juan indeed pulls back to within 3. I think Katoa might have taken a shot to the face on the play. Jace Palmer went to the hole and scored it. Now here's Stewart getting the ball back on the baseline and scoring for RSL Academy. So he's got all 11 of their points now. He is a handful to contain, that's for sure, the big 7-footer. Here's a long 3, or not a long 3, but a straightaway 3 from Jensen Grover, no good. San Juan, a good job to get their own rebound, though. Now right corner. And on the dribble, Jaden Black will draw the first RSL foul of the night, and it'll be Trey Evans with 4:36 to go in the opening quarter, an 11-6 lead now for RSL Academy. As the Griffins will sub Asher Hanneman in. So Coach Evans going to the bench already, no surprise. They spread it around, that's for sure. Here are the Broncos with it in the offensive end. Nice bounce pass to Palmer. He's in a lot of traffic down there. He does a good job to keep his feet moving, keeps the dribble alive, and draws a foul. Coach Black is excited about that. And San Juan draws the second RSL Academy foul of the night. This will be to Hanneman, who just came into the game. Jaden Black will inbound to Ladd Ivins. He thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Now goes Jensen Grover. He thought about it as well in the right corner, but hands back to Ivins. Now they're out high with the basketball. Jace Palmer on the dribble through the paint. Left-hand floater, no. Rebounded by RSL. And they're on the run up. Here's Topham. Topham with a crossover. Tries to get around Grover. Can't. Now to Oluia-Kepa. He misses from 3-point range. And the ball bounces out of bounds, baseline left. And this will be RSL Academy ball as it goes out off of San Juan. And stepping to the baseline to inbound is Evans. He'll lob it out high. Now a touch pass to the left wing. They go on to Evans. And now back out high. Here's Oluia-Kepa. He goes underneath the Stewart, the 7-footer. And it's going to be a jump ball as I believe it was Grover who stepped in to defend. And unfortunately for San Juan, they don't complete the turnover here. The arrow points in the direction of the visitors. So RSL resets in the offensive end for the time being. But a pass is intercepted as Ladd Ivins gets position, snags that out of the air. And he will complete the turnover. This is going to be a foul on RSL Academy. As the Broncos will inbound here, and that's going to be the first of the night on Oluia-Kepa. San Juan has it in the offensive end and a chance now to pull to within 3 points. Jensen Grover, it just opens up for, that's Nate Grover. It opens up for him, and he hits the fade from the free throw line. So 11-8 indeed within 3, and now a travel will be called on Oluia-Kepa as RSL comes back the other way and a turnover back to San Juan. So the Broncos right in this one and a chance to make this a 1-point game. They could tie with 3 here. Jaden Black across the timeline with the ball for San Juan. And his pass is deflected. It'll be intercepted and down court to lay it in is Oluia-Kepa. So a mistake by San Juan that time. And the Broncos are down by 5 once again. They had a chance to tie with a 3. But Ladd Ivins is double teamed now, has the ball stolen away. He takes a punch or an eye to the eye, finger to the eye. He's slow to come out of the defensive end, and he's still struggling. He can't see. A couple shots off the mark, and finally Stewart scores from underneath, but he took a finger to the eye, and now after RSL scores, they'll take him off. I think a couple players missed there for RSL. I think a three was missed by Evans. I think Luia Kepa missed a shot as well. And San Juan maybe was forced to call a timeout right here. Ladd Ivans is out for the time being as Easton Bethea steps in to replace him. And I think they're tending to Ivans on the sideline here. So it's 15-8, a 7-point lead now after that tough turn of events. Here's a Jaden Black three on the way. No, that misses everything. Out of bounds now off Bethea. And that will turn it back over to RSL Academy. So the Griffins up by 7, nearly doubling up San Juan now. The Broncos were within 3 at 11-8. But RSL Academy has stolen the momentum back, and now here's a good shot off the glass and in from Hanneman as he did a good job getting to the baseline through traffic. Laid that in with the left hand, and now Jensen Grover on the dribble with his left hand. He'll come back to the top of the key for Jace Palmer. Palmer on the crossover on Luia Kepa, but he can't penetrate. Now right side, Jaden Black on the drive, and he will draw a foul coming into the paint. As Topham goes down, that'll be Topham's first of the night. 17-8 lead now for RSL Academy here in the SJHS Gymnasium. And it'll be San Juan basketball resetting here in the offensive end. Nate Grover will toss that off Topham back out of bounds as there was nothing going on. Coach Black doesn't like it. And Broncos will reset again, and nobody very eager to get to the baseline to inbound this basketball. Now Jensen Grover steps down there, and he'll survey the scene. Chase Palmer gets open out high. The ball knocked away from him, but he retreats to get it. Now he loses the dribble. He's able to get it back. Hands into Nate Grover, a little give and go. And Jensen Grover, a floater from the paint, and a foul. Jensen Grover scoring. He's got 4 on the night, a chance to complete a three-point play. And the foul will be the second of the night on Hanneman, who stood in his way. So Grover at the line for San Juan. He could take over the Broncos' scoring lead with this, but it won't go. And big Adam Stewart goes up to pull down the board, and RSL Academy brings it into the offensive end. Here's Luia Kepa dribbling right through the paint. 2 steps to the basket, got it to Stewart. Nice shot block by Easton Bethea under there. But the ball goes out of bounds off San Juan, and the Griffins will reset. We haven't seen Ladd Ivans since he got poked in the eye, but he does come back to the bench now. I'm guessing he'll be coming back in soon. A little errant on the inbound pass was RSL, but it bounced back to Stewart. And a shot from the left wing is no good for 3 from Katoa. Rebounded by San Juan this time, and Jensen Grover on the drive can't get the finger roll to go. But San Juan, a good job to get their rebound. Grover has it again. He'll toss into the right corner. Nate Grover thought about the 3. Now he drives baseline, has a shot blocked. They battle for it on the far side. Now it's stolen as Grover steps in the way, and he tried to dump it down low for Bethea, but it was picked off, and RSL coming the other way. Luia Kepa goes around Jensen Grover, hard to the hole, and he scores. And that makes it 19-10. San Juan inbounds amidst the press here, but they easily break that and get it across the line. Now Nate Grover, bounce it left wing for Bethea. He drove to the bucket, then floated it over the rim. And RSL in quick transition here. They'll go back out high for Evans. Right wing, and now drilling it across. Here's going to be an offensive foul on Luia Kepa. It was from Hanneman to Luia Kepa. And then Evans, I guess, guilty of a foul here offensively for the Griffins. So RSL leading 19-10 with just under 39 seconds to go in this opening quarter. San Juan hanging with the Griffins. They were within 3, but RSL was able to grab some more momentum back. And now the Broncos will inbound, and they transition. Jace Palmer has it right wing. Little crossover. In off the bench is Amir Robertson. Now Palmer floats one, but that one off the front of the rim, short, no good. On the rebound, a jump ball. It'll stay with San Juan here with 23 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Jensen Grover steps baseline right to inbound, gets it into Ladd Ivins, and he drains a two from 19 feet. That's his first points of the night. Makes it 19-12. He led scoring last night for San Juan with 25 against Uinta. Now San Juan neglects to cover Amir Robertson, the freshman, who just goes right to the hole and lays that one up in him. We're into the final 15 seconds. Easton Bethea with a travel in the paint here, so his shot will not count. And that'll give the ball back to RSL Academy. They'll be coming the other way. And so down to the last 2 seconds, one. Here's a long-range three off the glass, just off mark from Trey Evans. And that is how the first quarter will come to a close. It's a 9-point, 21-12 lead for RSL Academy through the first 8 minutes. High school hoops on Four Corners Classic Hits, Red Rock 92, brought to you in part. 2 years of air medical experience, Eagle Air Med has transported more than 35,000 patients. They have 7 base locations in 4 states, including one here in Blanding, right here in San Juan County. First quarter stats, San Juan already shooting a lot better than they did in the first quarter against Uinta last night. Almost 43%. They're 6 of 14 from the floor. Real Salt Lake Academy is 9 of 17 for 53% in that first quarter of play. And, of course, they lead it 21-12 as we start the second quarter. And RSL has the ball. Now a floater out of the left wing for 3 is no good for Maluia Kepa. And now San Juan wanted a foul call, but they won't get it. The Griffins keep it. Another left corner 3. That one rims off, this time from Evans, and rebounded by San Juan. They'll run it up. Caden Black around the back there. And now, boy, Ladd Ivins went up and down. No call on the play. He may have gotten away with one there, but now he falls down on the baseline. His shot was stuffed, that's for sure. And it looks like the ball goes out of bounds on the baseline against RSL Academy. I see some cotton stuck in the nose of David Katoa, the starting freshman. So he did take a elbow to the nose, I think, from Jace Palmer early in the ballgame here, right after we just started. San Juan can't get it in cleanly. And now Taki Aluia Kepa takes a pass down court ahead of everyone, lays it up and in off the glass, and it's a 23-12 lead as RSL now once again nearly doubling up San Juan here in the first half. Ladd Ivins on the dribble, goes right through, now runs into traffic, and he'll be called for the walk. And that'll give it back to RSL here with 7:05 still to go in the first half. So not quite a minute into this second quarter, I should say. As the Griffins will walk up. And now on the right wing, they'll toss it back out high. And left side, left corner 3 for Robertson is no good, but a tap back is good for Riley Pollard, the senior forward. And so RSL wins the battle to the loose ball that time. And Jensen Grover, a nice turnaround shot, but that won't go. Missed everything. Ladd Ivins comes out of the left corner to grab the loose ball, and he'll draw a foul as he drives baseline here. And let's see what the call is going to be on Aluia Kepa, I believe. It'll be his second of the night. And the 7th now for RSL Academy, so that puts San Juan in the bonus. Still with 6:35 to go in this first half of play. It's a 25-12 lead for the Griffins, so they are now more than doubling up San Juan. Here's a Ladd Ivins shot from the line. It's good on the front end, so he'll earn a second shot on this 1-and-1 opportunity. He's up 3 points on the night. He was a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line last night, and he starts 1 of 1 tonight. Drains the second as well. And San Juan is back to within 11, 25-14 with just under 6.5 to go in the first half. Here's RSL with the basketball. Right wing now for Robertson. He'll come back to the middle, top of the key. Robertson has it bounced back to him as Lad Ivins stepped in the way of an RSL pass. Now they'll go cross court to Robertson. He got the defense to him and was able to hand that off to Pollard underneath the basket. Pollard lays it up and in. And you heard Coach Evans in the pregame interview talking about how unselfish this team is. They are definitely moving the ball well with each other, unselfish, and celebrating with each other, as I said, rejoicing with each other's victories. And they do look like a strong team, that's for sure. 27-14 now over the San Juan Broncos here in the San Juan High School Gymnasium. The Broncos are working on their 6th game since this past Thursday, so in less than a week, 6 games for the Broncos. After this week is done, they'll have played 9 games in just the first 2 weeks of the season. After tonight, they'll actually finally get a day off tomorrow before heading to Monticello on Friday for a rivalry matchup with Buckaroos. After the timeout now, San Juan inbounds. Jaden Black on the dribble. Now through traffic, he has it stripped away, and it's going to be taken back by RSL. They'll come up with it. Now ball knocked away by Jace Palmer, but it is going to bounce back into the hands of a Griffin. And now Lad Ivins on the dribble. He's outmanned. He's got 2 defenders to go through. He did get a shot, but too high off the glass on the underhand opportunity. Now quickly RSL back in the offensive end. A 3 is no good for Robertson. And on the rebound whistles, a foul against the Griffins here, and this will be on David Katoa. His first. And that'll put San Juan to the line for another 1-and-1 with 5:44 to go in the opening half. As Jace Palmer steps to the line, Jensen Grover will come back into the game now. And I think, was San Juan playing with, were they playing one man short? Or no, Jaden Black came out of the game just then. So at the line, Palmer, and he drains the front end of this one. And he'll earn another shot on this 1-and-1. San Juan down 27-15 now. And Palmer's going to try to pull them back to within 11. He's able to. Now San Juan, like they have been all season, has started tonight strong from the line, and now we're going to get a push-off by Trey Evans here as he was dribbling up to midcourt. Coach Evans arguing that call. And San Juan will get the basketball back to inbound from right in front of the scores table here, Jensen Grover. Coach Evans is a nice guy. I talked with him in the pregame, obviously, and he's not very happy with that. So he's pulled out the Papa Bear there. But now here's a good job by San Juan to get it to the right side of the basket. Nate Grover was open there, lays it up and in. San Juan pulls back to within 27-18. Griffins have it in the offensive end. Good passing here as they just work it around. Now a 3 for Robertson is too high off the far side of the rim. And I guess the ball goes out of bounds off RSL. It'll be San Juan basketball coming the other way. I don't know if the RSL player had his foot on the baseline or what there, but I don't think they called a foul. No, they did not. San Juan beats the RSL press. Jensen Grover drives to the free throw line, then sends it back out to Ivins. He'll go right side, cross court. Now Jaden Black hands it to Ivins, and now this pass intended for Grover actually goes off the rim, and that bounces to RSL, so they'll bring it back into the offensive end. Topham straight away, right side, back to Topham, 3 on the way, and rims in and out, and back in. So Topham, his first 3 points of the night, make it 30-18. And we're down to 4:40 to go in this first half of play. San Juan, Jaden Black for 3 straight away, and that rolls in. Jaden Black pulls up and hits the tray. 30-21 as San Juan answers. Still a 9-point game. Robertson's pass goes through the hands of Evans. Lad Ivins steals at midcourt, drives down ahead of everybody, lays it up and in. And Ivins with 6 on the night. That ties the Broncos' scoring lead with Nate Grover. Now a 3 from the left wing, rims out, but right there to clean it up is Stewart. It was off the mark from Katoa, but Stewart right there to get the putback, and he has the game-high 15 points. That makes it 32-23 for RSL Academy. Under 4 now to go in the first half. Ladd Ivins in the far corner draws a foul, and he'll go to the line for a 1-1. No, I'm sorry. This will put San Juan in the double bonus. So San Juan doing a good job avoiding foul trouble here, but RSL Academy now up to 10 already in this ball game. That's the second on Katoa. And Ladd Ivins at the line, his second trip tonight. He's 10 of 10 going back to last night. 2 of 2 here tonight. And he'll try to hit 2 more here. 2 shots each time now for San Juan as they're in the double bonus. And Ivins does indeed hit right here. That makes it 32-24. One more shot forthcoming from the Bronco junior guard. And that one rolls in. Nice hometown friendly roll there for Ladd Ivins. He's up to 8 points. That leads the Broncos. And San Juan is back to within 7 points with those free throws. 32-25, but now a foul to the Broncos coming back the other way, and this will be to Ladd Ivins. His second, San Juan's third. Coach Black doesn't agree with that. I don't think either of the coaches agree with the fouls being called on him here tonight, and that's not uncommon. There's a 3 out of the right corner for Uluia Kepa. It goes off the mark. San Juan in transition the other way. Grover can't score. Nate Grover can't go on a follow-up, and now a third try goes out of bounds. So Jensen Grover missed 1 try. Nate Grover missed both of the follow-ups and out of bounds off RSL. So San Juan keeps it here in the offensive end. Trailing by just 7, so they could pull as close as they've been in a while on this possession. Jaden Black gets it in, gets it right back from Easton Bethea. And now they bounce it out high to Jace Palmer. He tries to penetrate on the defense of RSL. Can't do it. Palmer will get it back from Jensen Grover. Now to Jaden Black, top of the key. Goes left wing for Jensen Grover. He drives baseline left. Had the shot stopped by the 7-footer. And I think another shot blocked right there. So a couple tries for Grover are no good. Now pulling up for 3, no good, is RSL. And that was number 20, Hanneman. The Griffins get their own rebound, and now Stewart tries to back his way into the basket. He can't. They'll swing it around to the left wing. Hanneman again. Now Topham, top of the key. He'll pull up for 3, and that one bounces high, no good. Stewart gets the rebound, though, and now a whistle on the baseline as it goes out of bounds. San Juan basketball. And so the Broncos avoid damage there, still within 7. And they will inbound in the defensive end. Here's Jaden Black on the dribble. Down to 2:35 to go in this first half. San Juan trying to make this a 5-point game here. An errant pass from Jensen Grover down to the baseline. Sails untouched out of bounds. And that'll be RSL Academy ball coming back the other way. Now under 2.5 to go in the first half. A 32-25 lead for the Griffins. And they will lob it to Stewart. He's at the top of the key. Now to Uluia Kepa. Stewart sets a pick. And Uluia Kepa was defended by Black, who fell down. And now they're going to call a basket and a foul for RSL Academy. So this is a chance at a 3-point play here for number 20, Asher Hanneman, who scores, gets the foul on San Juan. And a chance at the 3-point play. Nate Grover's first foul of the night. So Hanneman at the line for RSL Academy. It's 34-25, back to a 9-point lead for RSL, and make it 10 as Hanneman drains the foul shot. And it'll be Jace Palmer coming the other way quickly for San Juan on the inbound play. Now to Jensen Grover straight away. Thought about the 3, now tries to go through traffic, but it's going to be picked off. And here comes RSL the other direction. Under 2 now to go in this first half, a 35-25 lead. Nice crossover by Topham. He runs over Bethea. That'll be a block on Bethea, and Topham will go to the line here for RSL Academy. So Bethea guilty of his first of the night. San Juan up to 5 now in pretty quick succession here lately. No, it won't be shots. It was on the floor, they say. I thought that might be the case. So RSL keeps the ball in the offensive end, and it'll be Uluya Kepa to inbound here from baseline right. And dumps it in up high, and now Uluya Kepa gets it back to the top of the key. Now they go left of the paint, spinning into the paint. The left-hand hook shot is good for Riley Pollard. He has 6, and it's a 37-25 lead. So San Juan had pulled back to within 7, but RSL has gotten it back to 12 now as Jensen Grover is fouled. Left of the paint here by Pollard. That'll be his first, and Grover will go to the line. San Juan is in the double bonus. No, that foul is actually going to be on Hanneman, his third. So Grover will go to the line to shoot 2. San Juan trailing 37-25. Just under 90 seconds to go in this first half of play, and Grover cannot hit the first of 2. So he'll toe the line. One more shot forthcoming. San Juan down by 12 in the last minute and a half of this first half of play. Second shot falls off as well, or bounces off for Grover, and RSL in quick transition. Now look off pass to Stewart underneath from Topham. He can't make either of his shots, but he does draw a foul, and he'll go to the line. And that's going to be on Grover, his first of the night. San Juan's up to 6 now in this first half of play. And big 7-foot junior center Adam Stewart is at the line for his first trip. He's got a game-high 15 points already, but hasn't scored in a while, but now he does get one right here as he drained the front end of this 2-shot situation. So one more shot on the way from the big junior. And this one rolls off. RSL beats San Juan to the rebound here, and that's not what Coach Black wants to see there, I'm sure. Easton Bethea was a little slow to get that rebound underneath, and now the Griffins have it in the offensive end again. Now it's stripped away by Grover, and it goes to Bethea, so San Juan is able to force the turnover. Jace Palmer walks it up. Now to Jaden Black, right wing. He drives into the paint, has the shot blocked. They're going to call him for an offensive charge as well. So that'll be the first of the evening on Black. San Juan's up to 7 now, so RSL goes into the bonus in these final 54 seconds, but that was an offensive charge, so no shots. And now they've called, the referees have called a timeout here for some reason, so they'll inbound again. I think San Juan was trying to bring a sub in, and that's number 25, and I'm not sure who that is. I don't have him on my roster. So I might need to I'm going to try to find out who that player is. And RSL is able to score here. Max Topham floats that up and in on the inbound play, and it's 40-25, final 35 seconds to go. And now Nate Grover's going to have it stolen away. Coming down court is Uluya Kepa. He wasn't able to score. And San Juan now in transition. A Jensen Grover 3 bounces off and rebounded by San Juan. So the Broncos get another try. Now a foul right of the paint here in the waning seconds of this first half. We're down to 16.5 seconds remaining in this first half. A 40-25 lead now. So it is a 15-point lead for RSL, but San Juan going to the line here. Easton Bethea will make the trip. And the foul was the second of night on Max Topham, but they can't get the first of 2 foul shots here. So the foul shots falling off a bit for San Juan here in the last couple minutes. They're down to 6 of 10 now, 60%, well under their season average of 87%, but Bethea is able to get the second one to fall, so that's his first point of the night. And in the final 10 seconds now, RSL will walk it into the front court. And Uluya Kepa goes around everybody, kicks in the speed, goes right to the hole and scores. San Juan in transition. Round the back, Jensen Grover. He can't get the shot away before the buzzer sounds to end the first half, and it's a 42-26 lead for the RSL Academy Griffins here after 16 minutes of play in the San Juan High School gymnasium. So we'll take a break. We'll come back out for the first half stats. Stay with us. You're listening to High School Hoops on Four Corners Classic Hits, Red Rock 92.
Utah State University Blanding offers a wide range of career and technical education programs in the Four Corners, including health professions, technical careers, and business.
Here at Utah Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
For more information, visit blanding.usu.edu/CTE.
Looking for an ideal Christmas gift or decor? Check out SJR Books at 49 South Main in Monticello. The bookstore carries a wide selection of local and regional books. In addition to the only LDS bookstore in Red Rock Country, featuring Covenant, Cedar Fort, and Deseret book products. Check out hand-carved olive wood from the Holy Land, including a variety of nativity sets, jewelry, wall art, DVDs, CDs, and more at SJR Books, 49 South Main in Monticello. Come in today. Email books at sjrnews.com or call 435-587-2277.
Is your bank owned by rich folks whose primary goal is bank profits? Desert Rivers Credit Union is for people, not profit, because we're owned and controlled by our members, your local friends and neighbors, and that's what makes all the difference. How? Desert Rivers Credit Union offers low loan rates to all our members, no matter what their credit score, as well as surcharge-free ATMs and lower fees on checking and home loans. Best of all, after necessary reserves, all profits are paid to our members because they are the owners. Come join and become an owner of Desert Rivers Credit Union. DesertRiversCU.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rhett Sifford welcoming you back live to the San Juan High School Gymnasium, site of our high school hoops matchup this evening. RSL Academy Griffins in town visiting the San Juan Broncos, and right now it's all Griffins. They're up by 16 points, 42-26 over the hometown and worn out San Juan Broncos. This is their sixth game since last Thursday, and they're missing a couple of their full-time varsity players, Cooper Black and Bronson Snyder, both out of this game. Let's look at some first-half stats in this one. And RSL's 16-point lead right now is their largest of the night. Boy, Adam Stewart really jumped out too in this ball game. He had 15 points before we almost started the game, or 14, I should say, and he does end the first half with 16 points. Let's look at some team stats, though, before we go back into the individual stats, and we'll start it off with RSL Academy. 18 of 37 from the floor in the first half for nearly 49%, so their shooting dropped off a little bit. They were 15 of 20, very impressive from inside the arc, 75%. 3 of 17, though, only 18% from three-point range. They are 3 of 4 for 75% from the free throw line. Again, Adam Stewart leading the way, the big 7-foot junior, 16 points so far on the night. Taki Uluia-Kepa has 8 points for RSL Academy. Max Topham and Asher Hanneman both with 5. I missed Riley Pollard. He has 6 for the Griffins, and Amir Robertson has 2. As far as three-point baskets go, 2 for Adam Stewart, so he's good both inside and outside for these Griffins, and Max Topham has the other 3 for the Griffins. For the hometown San Juan Broncos, it was 9 of 26 in the first half for 35%, so they want to see that number improve. Let's see, and that was total field goal. Here's how it breaks down. Jaden Black, 1 of 2 in the first half. Ladd Ivins, 2 of 4. Nate Grover, 3 of 7. Chase Palmer, 1 of 3. Easton Bethea was 0 of 1. Jensen Grover, 2 of 9 through the first 16 minutes. Let's go down the scoring leaders before we go any farther. Ladd Ivins is leading the way for San Juan with 8 points. He had 25 last night against Uinta. 6 points for Nate Grover in the first half. 4 for both Jace Palmer and Jensen Grover. It's a 3-point night so far for Jaden Black, and East Bay has 1. Now back to the team stats. 8 of 22 from 2-point range for 36%. Ladd Ivins is 2 of 4. Nate Grover 3 of 7. Jace Palmer 1 of 3. Easton Bethea is 0 of 1. Jensen Grover 2 of 7. From long range so far in the game, San Juan not taking a whole lot of opportunities. They're just 1 of 4. Jaden Black hit the only 3 in the first half. He's 1 of 2. Jensen Grover 0 of 2. So San Juan as a team 25% in that first half. From the free throw line, still pretty decent, though well below their average on the season. They're 7 of 11 for 64%. Ladd Ivins, just like last night, a perfect 100%. He's 4 of 4 so far this evening. Jace Palmer a perfect 2 of 2. Easton Bethea 1 of 2. And Jensen Grover 0 of 3. So those are your first half stats. After 16 minutes of play, the Real Salt Lake Academy Griffins leading the San Juan Broncos 42-26 here in the San Juan High School gym. Stay with us. We'll be back out here for the start of the second half in moments. You're listening to High School Hoops on Four Corners Classic Hits, Red Rock 92.
Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home or property, Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency is there to help. With offices in San Juan and Grand counties, Anderson Oliver Title has provided title insurance and real estate closing services for over 20 years. Anderson Oliver Title is the only locally owned and operated title company in San Juan and Grand counties, and is happy to be part of the community, to work, and to play alongside you, and proud to support high school athletics.
Did you know Prilosec OTC can stop frequent heartburn before it begins? Yep, I said before. Block heartburn at the source by taking the Prilosec OTC 2-week challenge. With just 1 pill a day, you get 24-hour heartburn relief. That's all day. Start the 2-week challenge today at PrilosecOTC.com and live heartburn-free. Just 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Uses directed 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
A free new app for mobile phones has been released by the San Juan School District to better communicate with parents and stakeholders. Stay up to date with real-time sports scores, the day cafeteria menu, news from administration, student stories, and even emergency notifications. You can download the app for free on both Google Play or Apple App Store. Watch an informative video on YouTube. Just search San Juan app. Don't be in the dark. Download the app today and be better connected to your school than ever before. Thank you for your continued support of San Juan schools. When you have pain, weakness, and debilitation, it's easy to get the physical therapy you need in San Juan County at Precision Rehab. You don't need to limp along, putting up with discomfort that saps your strength and movements. Precision Rehab is here to restore you to activity with clinics in Monticello and Blanding, as well as Montezuma Creek and Monument Valley. Whether the pain is in your knees, hips, shoulders, feet, or neck, we have innovative, effective treatments that make a difference. Treatment is covered by Medicare and most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 for an appointment. That's 435-678-3869.
Diamond Propane in Blending, Utah is the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Call Dennis today at 435-558-5635 to fill your tank while prices are low. Diamond Propane provides bulk or residential propane and sells or leases tanks. That number again is 435-558-5635. Diamond Propane is a proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Start the holiday season right at Red Days Hardware. Right now at Red's, you can find amazing Celebrations Platinum LED lighting. They're 5 times brighter than regular LEDs with continuous on technology so they stay lit even if a bulb is burnt out or missing. Come shop holiday deals on all the best brands like Craftsman, Scotts, Weber, Traeger, Yeti, and Benjamin Moore Paint. Your neighbors at Red Days Hardware now with locations in Blanding and Page have everything you need to help you make the most of your holidays. Red Days Hardware is your helpful holiday place. It's the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rhett Sifford welcoming you back live to the San Juan High School Gymnasium as we get set up for the second half here tonight. RSL Academy in town, and right now leading the San Juan Broncos 42-26 as we begin the third quarter of play. And I think it's going to be San Juan basketball, not 100% certain on that. San Juan down by 16 points after 16 minutes of play. We are glad you've joined us tonight for some high school hoops on Red Rock 92. We are brought to you tonight in part by Northern Electric, supporting Bronco sports for many years. Montella's Repair, serving San Juan County since 1977. That's a year after I was born, folks. So that's been a long time. Blanding, Napa Auto Parts, premium products sold by premium people. Flights Gymnastics, a proud supporter of Broncos sports. Red Mechanical, high-quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and plumbing service. Red Mechanical has been serving the area since 1989, and I was wrong. It's RSL basketball to start us off. They're going from right to left on your radio dial here in this, to start this second half, I should say, and just like the ball game started, Adam Stewart starts the second half with the first bucket as they just dump it down low to him, and the big 7-footer lays it up and in. Nice play by Jaden Black to float this one over Stewart on the right baseline drive, and Jaden Black has 5 now at that bucket. Here's a 3 from Uluya Kepa, no good. Rebounded by the big junior, though, for RSL, but then he walks with the ball. And that will get back to San Juan. So the Broncos inbound. Led Ivins sends it down court to Nate Grover, and he's going to draw a foul on Stewart, who stepped in to commit his first. And that is our first foul of the second half. So San Juan keeps possession in the offensive end. And Jensen Grover lobs it in over Uluya Kepa. Jace Palmer comes down with it. He had some trouble on the dribble, but gets it back. Now, Jaden Black had it stripped away, but it goes right back to Palmer. Now they bounce it down into the corner, but it's untouched and goes out of bounds down there, intended for Nate Grover. So an unfortunate mistake that time for San Juan. And the Griffins will walk it up. And Stewart will try to hand that one to Topham on the left wing, but he was already moving toward the bucket, and that one sails out of bounds off RSL out of bounds. And then in the back court, Jensen Grover takes an inbound pass, hands off to Lad Ivins, who, as he gets across the timeline, hands off to Jace Palmer. Palmer goes to Nick Grover, top of the key, now left wing for Ivins. Ivins dribbles around the D baseline left, can't get to the bucket, and as he pulls up, he travels with it. And that'll give it back to RSL Academy. And here is Trey Evans walking it up. No press from San Juan. We are 90 seconds into this second half, and it's a 44-28 lead. Still 16 points for RSL Academy. There's a shot, no good. As driving the bucket is Evans. And Stewart is going to follow up with a 3 as that one rolls in. So Stewart is up to 21 points now. Obviously leading all scorers. There haven't been many players scoring for RSL in this game. Stewart has nearly half the offense. There's a good play for San Juan to answer as they get it underneath the Nate Grover. He puts that in off the glass. And RSL transitions. Topham hands off. Now Evans, top of the key, will lob it underneath the big man, Stewart. And he tries to bank that one in. It doesn't go. Now Nate Grover knocks it out of bounds on the rebound. So Stewart unable to connect just then. But possession will stay with RSL here. Oh, and there was Topham trying to tap that one in on the inbound play, but he did not get that to fall. And now coming the other way, San Juan will draw a foul. They'll shoot 2. And this is going to be on Uluya Kepa, his third of the night, the second for RSL in the second half. Lad Ivins is sent to the line here. He's a perfect 4 of 4 so far tonight. A lot of student pictures across the way. So in some way they're able to attend in the midst of all these COVID-19 restrictions. A lot of San Juan faithful over there being shown, all those students supporting their fellow students here as Lad Ivins is able to make both of those foul shots. So he's the first player for the Broncos up to double digits. He's got 10 on the night. And now RSL in the offensive end. Stewart on the baseline. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds here by Nate Grover. That'll be Grover's second of the night. And that will be the first for San Juan here in the second half as well. Comes with 5.5 to go in the third quarter, and RSL up 47-32. So it is down to a 15-point lead. It was 16 at the half for the Griffins, and now Ladd Ivins knocks a pass away for San Juan, but out of bounds, and so RSL keeps possession, and they'll inbound on the far side. Trey Evans gets it into Stewart straight away. Now to Oluya Kepa. He'll drive around Ladd Ivins and Nate Grover, but can't get the shot to go. Stewart tried, no good. He was flat-footed, and now in transition, Ladd Ivins has it stripped away, but he draws a foul. He'll shoot two. Topham doesn't agree, but it will be his third of the afternoon / evening. And he and Ivins look at each other in understanding here, I think. I think Ivins may know that he gets a free pass to the line here as they were battling. His shot on the way is good. He's a perfect 7 of 7 now. He was 8 of 8 last night against Uinta all night. He had 25 points to lead the Broncos, and he drains both of these. Boy, Ladd Ivins has been amazing so far this year for San Juan. He's up to 12 points now for the Broncos in this one. 4:55 to go in the third quarter. San Juan trying to get back close. They're within 13 now. Here's an air ball three from Trey Evans for RSL. Stewart's going to get a pass left side three, no good. So back-to-back misses from long range. And San Juan in transition. Jace Palmer runs into traffic. Kicks it out. Jaden Black three on the way. Yes! And the Bronco Jr. has 8. It's 47-37 as San Juan pulls back to within 10. And Oluya Kepa on the dribble. Loses it, but he's fouled by Ladd Ivins. That'll be the Bronco Jr.'s third. And he doesn't like it. But RSL will inbound from the offensive baseline. And Ivins will come out for San Juan as Easton Bethea comes in once again. And RSL gets it into Stewart. And it looks like Coach Evans is going to call a timeout for the RSL Academy Griffins. It comes with 4:20 to go in this third quarter. And a 10-point lead now for the RSL Academy Griffins. They led by 16 at the break, 47-37 right now. High School Hoops on Red Rock 92, brought to you tonight by Steve Frankham, providing high-quality home commercial construction services, Diamond Propane, the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Primary residential mortgage with offices in Blanding and Moab, licensed in Utah and Colorado. They offer plenty of options to purchase a home or refinance your mortgage. San Juan Credit Union, serving residents of San Juan County since 1963. They have branches in Bluff, Blanding, and Monticello, offering exceptional financial products in a caring environment. Blue Mountain Hospital. Blue Mountain Hospital in Blanding is proud to provide health care services to the diverse population and many visitors who come here. And Four Corners Electric, a family-owned and operated business since 1993. Four Corners Electric has built their success through trust, integrity, and operating their business based on hometown values. So we're set to get back to action. RSL is going to inbound here in the offensive end with 4:20 to go in the third quarter, leading San Juan by 10. The Broncos have been battling in this one. And RSL gets it into the offensive end here. Oluya Kepa, left wing for Evans. He'll cross over on Jaden Black and then tried to toss it to Stewart, but it was in his feet. Bounces out of bounds. San Juan basketball coming the other way. Jaden Black will inbound to Jensen Grover. RSL has been pressing off and on all game long, and they do here. Jensen Grover on the left-hand dribble, though. Gets around Katoa. Goes to the baseline. Hands off to Bethea. He's in trouble. He'll toss it back out high to Jaden Black, and Coach Black will call a timeout now. After just a few seconds tick off clock, down to 3:58 to go in this third quarter. Still plenty of time left in this game for the Broncos, who are trying to rally here, down 47-37. And our broadcast, High School Hoops on Red Rock 92, brought to you in part by the San Juan School District. Download the new School District app for parents, students, and staff. Stay up to date with real-time news, information, scores, menus, stories, and emergency notifications. Download the app for free on Google Play and the Apple Store. Also this evening, San Juan Public Health. Do you want to stop smoking, vaping, or using nicotine products? San Juan Counseling and the Health Department will sponsor a free program starting January 6th. Call or visit SanJuanPublicHealth.org for more info. Space is limited. Don't delay. San Juan Building Supply, an innovative lumber and building material supplier in Blanding, offering competitive prices, quality merchandise, and superior service. And Anderson Oliver Title, with offices in San Juan and Grand Counties. Anderson Oliver has provided title insurance and real estate closing services for over 20 years. So after the San Juan timeout, the Broncos will inbound in the offensive end. And Jay Palmer has it, far left wing, and he'll dribble it back up to the midcourt circle. Now he's in trouble, but he's fouled as he keeps the ball moving. And this will be the third on David Katoa. And that is RSL's fourth in the second half. As we reach the 3:50 mark now remaining in this third quarter, it's 47-37 in favor of RSL, who have led from the start. They jumped out to a lead with a bunch of Adam Stewart baskets. He's been much quieter since the first minute or so of the ball game, but still leading all scorers with 21 points. He's a big 7-foot junior center. San Juan now working in the offensive end, but haven't been able to get a look here. Now Jace Palmer keeps the ball away from Louis Akepa. And now gets it right back. Palmer on the right wing, bounces it inside. Nate Grover backs his way to the paint. Can't get the shot over Stewart, and then he's fouled on a putback try. As that was stuffed on or deflected at least on the first try. And Grover's going to go to the line here for San Juan. So he draws the second foul of the night on Big Adam Stewart, and it's the fifth for RSL in the second half. And Grover is at the line. First shot falls. This is his first trip, so he starts the night 1 of 1. He's up to 9 points now for San Juan, who are back to within 9 with that bucket. And Stewart comes off for RSL. Second shot forthcoming from Grover. And that one falls off, and a whistle on the rebound. Foul on the floor against RSL, I believe. And this will be back-to-back fouls on Katoa. That's his fourth. And I'll be surprised if he stays in. Right now it looks like he will. Jensen Grover set to inbound in the offensive end for San Juan. It's knocked away and now stolen. Down court comes RSL, and laying it up and in is Trey Evans. And in this game, it seems like whenever San Juan's been able to get close at all, they've lost the momentum, and now they actually have it underneath the basket. There's a Bethea shot that's no good, and then out of bounds off Jaden Black. So unfortunately, San Juan missing the opportunity again here. They're back down by 11. They had pulled to within 9. And now it's Evans with the basketball for RSL. Hands off to Katoa, the freshman, who has not scored tonight. I think he's in the top 5 of their scoring. And now we're going to get an inbound play over here near the scoring table. I'm not sure what the call was here. Second foul, I guess, on Jensen Grover is the call. So they'll inbound Will RSL. Now Topham goes to the basket, has the shot partially blocked, and now it's going to go out of bounds, I think, in favor of San Juan. As Topham was falling out of bounds, he had a shot blocked there. Nice defense by San Juan right underneath the bucket. And the Broncos will inbound amidst the RSL press. But Jace Palmer runs it up, goes right through the middle, and lays it up and in with the left hand. Nice play by the San Juan junior. And the Broncos are back to within 9. But here's Evans on the drive. He can't get the little floater to fall, and it's rebounded by San Juan. So the Broncos now chance to pull within 7. Jaden Black pulls up off the glass too far, and on the rebound, a whistle. Looks like a foul coming to RSL. And this will actually be 3 straight on David Katoa, and he will foul out of the game with no points. So the freshman will leave here. And who's going to come in for him? It'll be Pollard who comes back into the game. And it will be a 1-and-1 for San Juan as they go into the bonus with still 2:10 to go in this third quarter. And the Broncos with a little bit of momentum now. Key foul shots here from Easton Bethea. But no, it rims off, so Bethea not able to earn a second opportunity, and it remains 49-40. And a shot from the left wing is good for 3 for RSL from Hanneman. And it's 51-40. Now San Juan loses the ball, and RSL comes down court 2-0. Laying that one up and in is Trey Evans. So again, San Juan was within 7, but all of a sudden it's a 14-point lead again. 54-40 in favor of the Griffins, and now the ball goes out of bounds. San Juan gets a timeout. So this happened earlier in the game when RSL was losing the ball on a steal, but they were given a timeout, and now San Juan gets the timeout here as they were losing the basketball. So the timeout with 98 seconds to go in the third quarter, and it's a 54-40 lead for the RSL Academy Griffins, who have led from the start. High School Hoops on Four Corners Classic Hits, Red Rock 92, is brought to you in part tonight by the San Juan Record. Proud to cover local sports on Red Rock 92, SJRnews.com, and in the San Juan Record. Also tonight, Precision Rehab, providing physical therapy, Monticello, Blanding, Monument Valley, and Montezuma Creek. Precision Rehab has been helping athletes of all ages get back in the game since 1996. San Juan Health, proud to sponsor broadcasts of high school sports on Red Rock 92. San Juan Health operates the San Juan Hospital and clinics in Monticello and Blanding. And we're back underway now. San Juan with the ball following their timeout, but they throw it away here. It's going to be picked off and stolen. Topham down court to lay it in for RSL, and just too many turnovers right now for San Juan. And San Juan does actually get back in the offensive end. Jace Palmer in traffic, though. Kicks out to Jensen Grover, and the Broncos will throw another interception down under the basket. Topham goes left corner. That's going to be saved from going out of bounds, but now stolen by Jace Palmer. He goes to the hole, left hand off the glass, no good, but he draws a foul. He'll shoot 2. And that'll be on Max Topham, his 4th, I believe. It'll be a 1-and-1 for San Juan. So the foul is actually on the floor. The shot doesn't. No, actually, I think it does count. So Jace Palmer missing the shot, then a foul in the ensuing action. And Palmer at the line here for a 1-and-1. Drains the first. So he's now 3-3 on the night. Makes it 56-41. As the Broncos are back to within 15, but they have rallied a couple times, 2 or 3 times in this game, but just have not been able to sustain the momentum. And Palmer does hit both of the shots from the line. 56-42 now. Topham not happy as he comes off about that foul call. He's up to 4 fouls. They've already had one player foul out, Katoa, and he left the game with no points. So here are the Griffins back in the offensive end with it. Jensen Grover stepped in the way of a pass, but couldn't pick it off, and now they'll go right wing for 3. It's off the mark from Hanneman. Rebounded by San Juan. They're in transition. The ball knocked away from Ivins, but he goes to the right sideline to get it. Now he drives baseline, has the shot knocked away, goes to Nate Grover. He's underneath. Count it, and a foul. As he battled underneath. Nice work by Grover. Tenacious action underneath the basket from these players who have played a lot of games lately. And Grover will go to the line, a chance at a 3-point play. The foul is the first of the night on number 25, Riley Pollard. And we'll see if Grover can complete the 3-point play here. Broncos are down by 12 with 37 seconds left in the third quarter. This shot rolls in for Grover. So make it 56-45, final half minute of the third quarter. RSL leading. They've led from the start. Here's Amir Robertson to the top of the key. There's Oluia Kepa. He'll get it back and now tap it over to the right side. A three for Hanneman, rims off. And San Juan with the rebound. Grover to Jaden Black. And he goes down court, can't lay it up and in. Grover knocks the rebound away. A shot from Palmer is stuffed. And RSL the other direction. They can't get the first shot to go, so 20 misses, 25 follows it up. And a three is thrown down court by San Juan. I think that was Grover. And so Grover misses the three at the buzzer. And I think, Jace Palmer had another shot that was blocked. And so 3 quarters in the books, and it fast and furious action in that quarter. It is a 13-point lead for RSL Academy as we head to the final frame, 58-45. And our broadcast on Red Rock 92 tonight of High School Hoops is brought to you in part by Red's Ace Hardware, serving the community since 1909. Red's Ace meets all your grill, hardware, home improvement, lawn, garden, and tool needs. Utah Navajo Health System, a not-for-profit community health center providing medical, dental, and behavioral health care to Utah Navajos. Also tonight, Energy Fuels White Mesa Mill. Energy Fuels is a leading U.S.-based uranium mining company. The White Mesa Mill is the only conventional uranium mill operating in the U.S. today. And Eagle Air Med. With more than 32 years of air medical experience, Eagle Air Med has transported more than 35,000 patients. They have 7 base locations in 4 states, including Blanding. So your third quarter, well, we're not going to have time. We're already heading into the fourth quarter. I was going to mention some stats, but we will hit those at the end of the ball game as we are into the final frame. And San Juan with the ball, but they throw it away. Now down court, laying it up and in is Trey Evans. And San Juan lately has just committed a lot of turnovers that are hurting them the worst. Right now, they're really killing their rallies as they've rallied 3 times here lately, but the turnovers, unfortunately, dousing those rallies, and now San Juan will lose it again over here on the near side as they had transition, but now it's a 15-point lead again for RSL, and they have possession. Walking it up is Evans. Now he goes right side to Oluia Kepa. He drives inside, kicks it out for Pollard for 3. No. Rebounded by San Juan, and the Broncos in transition now. Jace Palmer on the dribble into the paint, and the player had fallen down. He actually blocked the dribble for Palmer, but now the ball knocked out of bounds by RSL. It'll be San Juan basketball to keep it in the offensive end. And Jensen Grover steps to the baseline. He'll inbound with 7:15 now to go in the game. RSL is left from the start. Grover gets it in to Nate Grover. Nate spins away. The shot from the left baseline, no good. And it comes down to RSL. They'll bring it in. Pollard thought about the 3. Now he kicks left wing for Hanneman. A 3 is good. Hanneman up to 11 points off the bench for RSL, and it's 63-45. The 18-point lead is the biggest of the night now for RSL, and Pollard commits a foul at midcourt here. I think Pollard may have the best hair on the floor tonight. And let's see, he's going to be called for his first. Sorry, that's his second. And it puts Nate Grover to the line again for San Juan. He's 2 of 3 so far tonight. Make it 2 of 4 as he bounces it off the back of the rim this time. So one more shot forthcoming for Nate Grover. He and Ladd Ivins are the co-scoring leaders for San Juan. Both have 12 points, so Nate is going to try to take that over now, and he does as he drains the second. So 13 for Grover, but the game high right now, Adam Stewart has 21. He's a big 7-foot junior. Here's a pass that gets blocked, and then a shot is blocked, but Pollard will go to the line to shoot 2. And Jensen Grover not happy, I don't think, about that call. That'll be his third of the night. And San Juan's fourth. The Broncos, by the way, are in the double bonus for the remainder of the game. So for the last 6:44, they'll be shooting 2. I think this is on the floor, maybe? Nope. It'll be foul shots for Pollard. He has 8 so far tonight. Going to try to increase this 63-46 lead, and he drains the first. So make it an 18-point lead once again for the Griffins. Second shot right through as well for Pollard. And that makes it 65-46. As San Juan brings it back into the offensive end, Jensen Grover missed a 3. So Pollard hit the foul shot. Grover missed the 3, and now 20 misses a 3. Let's see. We're going to try to get caught back up, and now Jace Palmer drains a 3 for San Juan. And the Broncos pull back to within 16 with that at 65-49, and coming across midcourt here, a foul, I think, called on RSL. This will be on Hanneman, maybe his fourth. No, not a foul. I think just a turnover. Maybe they call it travel. At any rate, Ladd Ivins will take an inbound pass. Hits it to Jace Palmer. He'll cross over. Working on Robertson. Goes to the baseline. Has the shot partially blocked. And the ball comes down to RSL, and the Griffins will bring it in. Wide open is Hanneman. He doesn't shoot. They'll send it back out of the top of the key for Evans. Now right wing for Pollard. Pollard defended and fouled now by Nate Grover. It'll be Grover's third. And for San Juan, it's their 5th in the half. So RSL will inbound from the far sideline in the front court. Down to 5:50 to go in the game, a 65-49 lead for RSL Academy. And it'll be Evans to inbound for RSL. They do get it in to Hanneman. Nate Grover with some tight D there, but now he backs it off back into the paint. Nice dribble by Evans. Then they get it to Pollard, and he goes right around Grover to the hole and scores it. So he's up to 12 now for RSL, and it's a 67-49 lead. He's the second highest scorer. Now Jace Palmer thought about the 3, and instead hands off to Ladd Ivins, who is in trouble. This ball's going to be knocked out of bounds on the far side by Pollard, so it'll stay with San Juan with 5:19 to go in fourth, and a 67-49 lead for the Griffins. As Hanneman will come back out of the game. Topham comes back in. He does have 4 fouls, but we're down to just over 5 minutes to go in the game, so he'll be playing for as long as he can stay in. San Juan in the offensive end. A Jace Palmer 3, no. Rebounded by RSL. 67-49 the lead for the Griffins. Now Jensen Grover providing a press, and boy, Nate Grover runs over Robertson over here on the near side. He's going to be guilty of his 4th foul. As the ball is knocked out of bounds over here on the near side. Grover was going for the ball, obviously, but hard hit. And RSL will inbound in the front court, leading 67-49. They get it into Pollard. He'll hand off to Evans. Back to Pollard. Nice touch passing here, and Topham open to the right of the basket. He's able to bank that one in. And he's got 9. It's a 20-point lead now, largest of the night for RSL, 69-49. Coach Black is going to call a timeout to discuss it for San Juan. We'll let you know that our broadcast of high school hoops on Red Rock 92 is brought to you tonight in part by Northern Electric, supporting Bronco sports for many years. Montella's Repair, serving San Juan County since 1977. Blanding Napa Auto Parts, premium products sold by premium people. Flights Gymnastics, a proud supporter of Bronco sports. Red Mechanical, high-quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and plumbing service. Red Mechanical has been serving the area since 1989. Steve Frankham, providing high-quality home and commercial construction services. Diamond Propane, the only locally owned and operated propane dealer in San Juan County. Primary Residential Mortgage with offices in Blanding and Moab. Licensed in Utah and Colorado, they offer plenty of options to purchase a home or refinance your mortgage. So we're headed down the stretch here. 4:50 to go in this ball game. RSL Academy has led from the start. They're up 69-49. Their largest lead of the night at 20 points. This is an excellent team, that's for sure. According to Max Preps, last night Uinta was ranked number 6 in the state. I don't think that was very accurate. It's based solely off of your wins and losses and your opponent's wins and losses. It doesn't take into account strength of schedule as San Juan inbounds. And Ladd Ivins drives right up the middle of the D, lays that one up and in as he went on a three-quarter court drive there. But I'm guessing, we'll see where people are ranked after this weekend. There's a shot out of the corner, no good. Pollard on the tap back, but missing on the initial shot was Amir Robertson. And now San Juan throws up a three. Jensen Grover can't score. Now it's going to go out of bounds. And we'll have to correct this here. Bear with me, folks, as it was Robertson on the miss on the three. Jensen Grover missed the three as well. RSL will bring it out of the defensive end and Topham with basketball now. Makes a move on Grover. Now goes to the whole left baseline. Sends it cross court for Robertson, and he drives inside and scores. That's 4 points for him now. It's up to 73-51 on the lead, a 22-point lead now for RSL. There's Jensen Grover going hard through the paint. And he'll be called for a charge on the play. So that'll be his fourth of the night, and 7 now for San Juan in the second half. So both teams are in the bonus. San Juan is in the double bonus. Bethea is going to come out of the game with 3:51 to go. San Juan trailed by 22 at 73-51 against a very strong RSL Academy team. San Juan, of course, is without Cooper Black and Bronson Snyder this week. Cooper Black, hopefully he'll come back at some point, injured the ankle. Here's a left wing three for Ulia Kepa, cannot make it, and a couple tries for Topham. He finally scores. Ulia Kepa, I was trying to say. Topham missed and then scored. And it's 75-51, and San Juan with it back in the offensive end. Jace Palmer dribbles to the top of the key. Unable to get a look, and now Ladd Ivins, baseline right, passes underneath. Nate Grover had the shot stuffed, but he draws a foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two, and it's going to be Topham's fifth and final. So he will foul out of the ball game with 11 points for RSL Academy. And Asher Hanneman will come in to replace him. And so it's going to be Nate Grover at the line, and the first shot is short. So it remains 75-51 as Grover toes the line for his second shot, which is forthcoming. And that one's short as well. So Nate Grover unable to make either of those foul shots, and it remains a 24-point lead for RSL Academy. And now they get it underneath the big Adam Stewart. He goes underneath, and then a reverse layup is good. 23 points for the 7-foot junior. Nice pass underneath, or in the middle, I should say, to Nate Grover, but too high off the glass on the shot. And it's rebounded by RSL, and San Juan just running out of steam here now. A lot of games in a few days here for these Broncos. They'll take one day off before heading to Monticello on Friday, but it's been 6 games for this San Juan squad since last Thursday. And now here's Ulia Kepa, missing the shot. And it'll be Jace Palmer going down into the corner to Ladd Ivins. He hits a three, and he's up to 17. That makes it a 77-54 game. Broncos back to within 23. They were down by as much as 26 just then. And the Griffins with it. Left side, here's Hanneman. He'll dribble back toward the midcourt circle. Then Coach Dave Evans is going to call a timeout. With 1:57 remaining in the game, I'm guessing he's going to bring some folks in off the bench to finish this game out. It's a 77-54 lead for the visiting Real Salt Lake Academy Griffins. San Juan down here in this one. High School Hoops on Red Rock 92 is brought to you tonight by the San Juan Credit Union, serving residents of San Juan County since 1963. With branches in Bluff, Blanding, and Monticello, they offer exceptional financial products in a caring environment. Blue Mountain Hospital in Blanding is proud to provide health care services to the diverse population and many visitors who come here. Four Corners Electric, a family-owned and operated business since 1993. Four Corners Electric has built their success through trust, integrity, and operating their business based on hometown values. And a big thanks to all the sponsors who make the broadcast of High School Hoops possible on Red Rock 92, and we'll give you one final thanks in the close this evening. As the players all come back out on the bench, or on the court, I should say. And nope, no personnel changes for either team. As RSL Academy will inbound here in the offensive end. And it's Trey Evans with the ball down to the final minute 45 of this ball game now. And the Real Salt Lake Academy Griffins leading by a large margin. Here's Stewart, and he's actually stuffed by Nate Grover underneath the basket. That's pretty impressive. Adam Stewart, the big 7-footer. Now San Juan draws a foul, and they're going to go to the line here as Jace Palmer will make the trip. Foul is the first of the evening on number 24, Amir Robertson. For Palmer, it's his third trip. He was 4 of 4, but he misses the front end here short. Second shot on the way, right through. So make it 77-55. 22-point lead for RSL Academy. Nice dribble by Evans right through the traffic. Finds Stewart in the right corner. He's in traffic. Lad Ivans yanks it away from him, but that'll be Ivans' fourth foul of the night. And it will be a 1-1 here for RSL. San Juan's 8th foul of the half. As Stewart will step to the line. I think this is his first trip. Shot falls off. Nope, sorry. He was 2 of 3. He's 2 of 4 now as he misses there on the 1-and-1. Here's a Lad Ivans 3 on the way. Nope. And rebounded by RSL. So with 1:20, they'll send it down court to Stewart. He's looking for that slam, I think, but he's actually blocked by Nate Grover. Good job by the Bronco defense to stay with there and force the missed shot. That was a beaut defensively. Here's a nice tap back for Nate Grover after Jensen had missed. And Nate is now up to 15 points, just 2 shy of Lad Ivans' team lead. And RSL transitions down to the final 50 seconds of the game now. Stewart steps back and slid the plant foot there and is called for the travel. Yeah, and it wasn't called until he moved he took 2 steps back, and he was good until he lifted that plant foot, and it just barely slid about an inch. That's when they called the travel. We're going to get a timeout now, I think, called by Coach Black with 49 seconds remaining in this contest tonight. The Broncos are going to fall to 6-2 on the year. RSL will improve to 7-1. So these two teams met tonight with equal records, but RSL is going to go home to Harriman feeling good about it. This is definitely a strong team. It would be excellent if they're able to meet again in January, according to what both coaches speculated, when San Juan is back to full strength. They're missing a couple key players tonight in Cooper Black and Bronson Snyder. So it'd be nice to see how the Broncos will fare against this strong team with everybody available. RSL is an independent team, and they are not playing for a state championship this year. They're technically in 2A Region 15, but That may change in the future. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. They just play who they can play. They can really do whatever they want. They are a part of the UHSAA, but they can add players at will. They can subtract players at will. They can do whatever they'd like to do. They can add and subtract games. They'll play 27 games this year instead of 21 like the rest of the teams. Here is San Juan in the offensive end. A pass is kicked away from Ladd Ivins, and San Juan will reset in the offensive end with 40 seconds remaining now. Jensen Grover takes a look, gets it into Nick Grover, tosses it back out for Jaden Black for three. Off the front of the rim, no. RSL tracks the ball down. Robertson will send it across to Evans. Evans on the drive, tried to get around Jaden Black, cannot. Sends it back out to Robertson. He's in midcourt. Ladd Ivins, I think, is trying to get a foul here, but they're not registering him for it. Now Robertson will stand out at midcourt. And I think we're just going to, nope, Robertson will go to the dribble to the right side. Now hands off to Pollard. I think we are going to see RSL just possess here. They're not even going to take a shot. They'll let the remaining time run down. And it's going to be a 77-57 win for the RSL Academy Griffins, who come into the San Juan High School Gymnasium and drop San Juan by 20 points. But the Broncos were tenacious. They battled. They were close at times, but just could not sustain momentum. I think turnovers hurt them the worst in the second half. We will have a look at your final game statistics in just a little bit. We're also hoping to get a visit from head coach Travis Black here in moments. We're going to take a break. We'll be back out here in just a little bit. Stay with us. It is High School Hoops on Four Corners Classic Hits, Red Rock 92.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Britt Barton and his team at Primary Residential Mortgage want to thank their clients for making this their best year ever. Historically low interest rates make now the perfect time to call PRMI to purchase a home or refinance your mortgage. Their awesome staff, licensed in Utah and Colorado, has over 25 years' experience in the local mortgage industry and world-class customer service. Call or come into one of their local branches in Moab and Blanding. You can even apply online at sitwithbrit.com. Call today, 435-678-3535, and they can help you with all your home loan needs. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender. NMLS 3094.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rhett Sifford welcoming you back live to the San Juan High School Gymnasium, and we are happy to be joined by San Juan head coach Travis Black. And, Coach, we knew you'd have your hands full tonight. You had your hands full, but your boys just stayed tenacious like they have all season. They battled. They were close a couple times. It seems like the turnovers really killed you in the second half. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I couldn't be proud of these boys. You know, they just have so much fight. Sorry, I'm losing my voice tonight. They just have so much fight. They don't give up. They just compete. And, yeah, just a couple. It was evident a couple of times that we're tired. 4 games last week and last night, but we're getting in basketball shape really fast. And you only get better by playing a good team. That was a really good team. They're very long, very athletic, great shooters. But a beatable team, and the boys know that. And, you know, their coach and I talked earlier, and we just talked for a second ago, and we may schedule them again in January when we hopefully have everybody back, because we want to be primed to make a run for state and for a championship. And, you know, we don't do that playing a lesser team. We had a couple last weekend that, you know, you just don't get better at, and you get better playing these teams. And so you play situational basketball and say, okay, we're not going to look at the clock. We're just going to play each possession as if it's a tie ball game. And a few mistakes here and there. Hopefully the ball bounces our way next time. A couple mental errors, but the boys are getting better, and I couldn't be prouder of them.
Yeah, and you're not a team that makes excuses, but obviously you're down, 6 games since last Thursday. You'll have 9 games, I believe it is, or 10 games in a 2-week period here to start the year. You guys are worn down for sure, hardly a day in between practices, missing a couple key players, but just continue to battle. Really fun to watch, and it would be neat to see you guys play each other again.
Yeah, I'd take that game. Like I said, a team like that with their athleticism and their skill can only make us better to head towards state.
Well, I guess talk about what you guys will you be able to stand on your on 2 feet tomorrow for any kind of practice?
The practice might be taking a 2-hour nap. I don't know. They bounce back quick. Teenagers, they're tough kids, and this is a tough group. They'll bounce back quick. I know they're excited to play Monticello, and hopefully we still have legs, and we can have a good game against Monticello.
What do you think what do you think you can take from a game like this early on in the season?
When we watch film, I love watching film, and so you break a film down, and we say, we had a couple of runs there where I think we cut it to 7, and then what happened next? Did we relax on D? Did we not have 5 guys boxing out? So we really need to break down film and look at individual assignments and make sure 5 guys are playing defense and 5 guys are boxing out on a defensive possession. So a team like that, you have to limit them to 1 shot. And they got some offensive boards and ones we should have had. And so we learned from that, especially, just breaking down, watching film as a team for an hour, and that lets them rest, but also increases their IQ.
As a coach, obviously you've lost your voice tonight, so you did a lot of yelling. Do you do a lot of coaching with the boys? Do you let them play? How do you coach in a game like this and as the season goes forward?
We try to just focus on little tweaks as the game's going on. I'll scream out, that's your rebound. And sometimes that's just when we're in practice and teaching those things, we tell them, hey, this is what you're going to hear in a game. When we're saying this is what we mean. You might think you're doing that, but you're not. And that's where film helps as well. A kid thinks, well, I'm boxing out every time, and then you pull up film. It's like, no, look at those 3 times you didn't box out. You were in a good spot, but you didn't make contact with the guy and really put a body on him. So we try to do those things in a game, take what we're doing in practice, and hopefully hit those mental reminders in a game because I want to let them just go play. I mean, these are good basketball players. They've played a lot of ball. And when they're sharing the ball and having fun and making layups and getting wide open shots, this team had a lot of length tonight, and so it disrupted a few shots. They tipped a couple and nicked a couple, and we would have liked to have seen a few extra passes tonight. But, again, film will help us with that and help us get ready for the next team.
And when you're coaching players like you have, it seems like they're humble, seems like they're able to take that instruction. It's when you have prideful kids who can't take that instruction that you have trouble.
Yeah, I'm so lucky to have been around these kids since the 3rd grade, and I trust them. I think they trust me. Several of my coaches have been around them since they were young, and so they're really good at taking feedback. They know we love them. They know we're just trying to make them the best they can possibly be as an individual and then as a team collectively.
Well, we would have liked to have seen you shock the Utah basketball world tonight, the Utah high school basketball world, but it wasn't to be tonight. Obviously, some good lessons to be learned, a fun game coming up on Friday. Then you're finally going to get a few days off for Christmas break.
We need it.
So thanks for chatting with us, Coach. It's been really fun broadcasting for you these past few days, and fast and furious start to the season for you, and we'll be broadcasting Friday night when you're in Monticello as well. That should be a fun matchup also.
Okay, well, hey, we appreciate you guys covering. We appreciate Pitcher, Palmer, and all the sponsors out there. We want the fans to be here so bad. We want the family members and the grandparents. There's several grandpas that I wish I could just sneak in somehow, but this is the state rule and the Utah High School Athletic Association rule, and we're trying to abide by that as best we can. But we love them, and we're so glad that they've helped raise such good young men.
All right, Coach. That's Coach Travis Black of the San Juan Broncos. His Broncos lose it tonight against RSL Academy, but strong game for them still, a tenacious team. We're going to take a break. We'll be back out here with your final game stat. It is high school hoops on Four Corners Classic Hits, Red Rock 92.
Utah State University Blending offers a wide range of career and technical education programs in the Four Corners, including health professions, technical careers, and business. These hands-on, career-focused programs prepare you to excel in your future career. Students in CTE programs also save money while earning a Utah State degree or certificate by paying only $82 a credit for tuition and fees. For more information, visit blanding.usu.edu/CTE.
Looking for an ideal Christmas gift or decor? Check out SJR Books at 49 South Main in Monticello. The bookstore carries a wide selection of local and regional books, in addition to the only LDS bookstore in Red Rock Country, featuring Covenant, Cedar Fort, and Deseret book products. Check out hand-carved olive wood from the Holy Land, including a variety of nativity sets, jewelry.
Rivers Credit Union offers low loan rates to all our members, no matter what their credit score, as well as surcharge-free ATMs and lower fees on checking and home loans. Best of all, after necessary reserves, all profits are paid to our members because they are the owners. Come join and become an owner of Desert Rivers Credit Union. DesertRiversCU.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rhett Sifford welcoming you back out to the San Juan High School gym. One final time tonight as we close out our broadcast of high school hoops. And we will look at the final game stats here before we finish it out. A 77-57 win for the Real Salt Lake Academy Griffins over San Juan tonight here in Blanding. And we look at the team stats, starting it off with the score by quarter. And RSL jumped out to the 21-12 lead after 8 minutes of play. They doubled that up, scored 21 again in the second quarter to take a 42-26 lead into halftime. San Juan rallied in the third quarter. They outscored the Griffins 19-16 in the third, but fell a bit short in the fourth, 19-12 in favor of RSL again to close out the 20-point win. The Broncos rallied a few times. It just seemed like they were not able to sustain their rallies and sustain that momentum. Again, they are a team that is worn down. They have played a lot of games in just a few days. They're not a team that likes to throw out excuses, but in their credit, they are for sure down a bit. They have 2 key players missing in Cooper Black and Bronson Snyder. We do hope that maybe these 2 teams can meet again in 2021 after we come back from the Christmas break with everybody intact for San Juan. I think it would be a lot of fun if they can meet again. And rumor is that RSL would come down here again to Blanding, so San Juan wouldn't even have to travel. Pretty nice deal for them. Let's have a look at the stats by team now. And we'll start it off with the visiting Real Salt Lake Academy Griffins. They ended the night 45% from the floor. They were 33 of 73, 27 of 44 for 61% from two-point range. From beyond the arc tonight, they were 6 of 29 for 21%. Not a whole lot of opportunity from the charity stripe tonight, just 5 of 7 from the line for 71%. Leading scorers, no shock. The 7-foot junior center, Adam Stewart, led the way for all scores tonight with 23 points. He had a lot of help, though. Riley Pollard came on for 14, mainly in that second half. Asher Hanneman and Max Topham. Hanneman off the bench. Topham was a starter. They both had 11 points tonight. 8 points for Taki Oluilakepa, and that'll be the last time tonight I have to say his name. It was a 6-point night for Trey Evans, 4 points tonight for Amir Robertson, and that rounds out the scoring for the Real Salt Lake Academy Griffins. I'll just mention the 3-point baskets tonight, 2 for Asher Hanneman. Sorry, I missed Adam Stewart. The big man got 3, and Max Topham had 1. For San Juan, leading scorer once again was Ladd Ivins. He leads the team. He led with 25 last night against against Uinta in the win. He gets 17 tonight in the losing effort against Real Salt Lake. Nate Grover helped him out with 15. Jace Palmer had a 12-point night tonight. It was 8 for Jaden Black, 4 for Jensen Grover, and 1 for Easton Bethea off the bench tonight for San Juan. The Broncos struggled a bit from the floor. They were 18 of 51 for just 35%. It breaks down like this. Jaden Black was 3 of 7. Ladd Ivins 4 of 7. Nate Grover was 6 of 14. Jace Palmer 3 of 9. Easton Bethea missed both of his attempts tonight. Jensen Grover was 2 of 12. From two-point range, the Broncos were 37%, 14 of 38. Jaden Black 1 of 3. Ladd Ivins 3 of 5. Nate Grover was 6 of 13. Jace Palmer 2 of 7. Easton Bethea 0 of 2. And Jensen Grover 2 of 8. From beyond the arc, San Juan was 4 of 13 for 31%. Jaden Black had the best night for San Juan. He was 2 of 4. Ladd Ivins was 1 of 2. Nate Grover 0 of 1. Jace Palmer 1 of 2 also. And Jensen Grover missed all 4 of his shots from three-point land. From the free throw line, it was a 17 of 27 night for 63%, so they fell off their season average a bit tonight from the charity stripe. But just like last night, how about Ladd Ivins, a perfect 8 of 8 tonight. So in the past 2 nights, he's 16 of 16. Nate Grover 3 of 7. Jace Palmer was 5 of 6 tonight. Easton Bethea 1 of 3, and Jensen Grover finished tonight 0 of 3 from the line. So that'll do it for all of our stats tonight for both San Juan and Real Salt Lake. That'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Again, we want to say thanks to all the sponsors who make the broadcast possible. We will mention you all one final time by name as we close out here in just a moment. I want to say thanks also back at the studio to David Boyle for helping me out. Couldn't do the broadcast without him this evening. I want to say thanks to you, all the listeners, and all the folks who joined us at Picture at Palmer. Also want to say thanks to them for putting together the video tonight and good partnership with them. And thanks to the Picture at Palmer folks. A lot of ways you can watch the broadcast this season, especially in a year when COVID-19 is restricting folks' ability to get into these games. And so we're proud and we're excited to offer it for you, for all the folks at home who are interested in seeing how the kids are doing both in San Juan and Monticello. And the two teams are actually going to meet this Friday night. That'll be the final game for San Juan to close out the pre-Christmas portion of their schedule. I think it may be the final game for Monticello as well before Christmas. And should be a fun one in Monticello on Friday night. Our David Boyle is going to be there to handle the play-by-play duties. So we hope you'll join us for that one. It's a 7 p.m. tip. We'll be starting with pregame at 6:30. So be sure and join David for that broadcast as Monticello hosts the San Juan Broncos on Friday night. That is going to do it for us here tonight. We'll close it out. Thank you for joining us tonight. It was a 77-57 loss for San Juan to the Real Salt Lake Academy Griffins. San Juan falls to 6-2 on the year, but again, right back in action on Friday. We'll see you then. Until then, Red Sifford saying so long from the San Juan High School gym. Have a great night, high school hoops fans.
High School Hoops is a production of Red Rock.